Hey everyone, welcome back to Coding with Nathan. Today we're building something really special, a fully dynamic AI text adventure game powered by local Llama AI. Instead of hard coding every possible path, the story is generated in real time by the AI based on whatever you type in. You can go anywhere, talk to anyone, and the game responds naturally. This project teaches you how to combine game loops with local AI in a practical way. So let's get started. All right, as always, we're going to start by demoing our finished product here. Here is our game. We are going to type look around. Ah, first we need to start a new game and give it a name. Give you a name. What is your name? I am Nathan. All right. Then wake up in the dark forest clearing. The air is cool and misty. Tall ancient trees surround you. A narrow path leads north into the woods. You can hear the sound of running water somewhere to the east. Your name is Nathan. What do you do? I look around. And so we are waiting on the AI. There we go. Our command was we looked around. You take in your surroundings more closely. The clearing seems abandoned, yet sense a faint presence lurking just out of sight. To the north, a path disappears into the trees, vanishing from view. In the center of the clearing stands an ancient tree, its trunk twisted and gnarled with age. A faint symbol is etched into the bark. Nearby lies a small, rusted key on the forest floor. It looks old and worn, but it might still be useful. What? You can take the key if you wish. I will take the key. All right, bend down, pick up the rest of the key. As fingers close around it, you feel a strange energy emanate from the metal. It's as if the key has been waiting for you or someone else with a specific purpose in mind. The symbol on the ancient tree seems to be watching you now, its intricate patterns seeming to shift and dance in the fading light. You can't quite decipher the meaning behind it. With the key clutched in your hand, you ponder what it might unlock. All right, that is the basics of our game. We will go on. All right, so now how did we do this? As always, our code is available on GitHub with the links in the description and pinned in a comment below. All right, so what might you need? If you haven't been doing our other tutorials, you may need to do two things. You may need to install the Ollama so that Python can use it. And if you have trouble connecting to Ollama, you may have to run this in a command prompt, Ollama run llama 3.1. However, I just did a base install of Ollama and it seems to get it up and running automatically. I do not have to do this. All right, so we are going to start to build. We have called this project AI underscore text underscore adventure.py. And that is what you will find it in on our GitHub. All right. It has a clean, dark themed TK interface, a real-time story generation using Ollama, conversation memory so the AI remembers previous actions, and a save and load system, and an inventory display. All right, the most important part of this tutorial is understanding how the game loop and the AI calls work together. All right. So, first we create the story display area using a scrolled text widget and an input box for the player's actions and the buttons for new game, save, load, and inventory. All right, so you can see we've made this a class. We have our init, which sets up our TK interface, gives it a color, and sets the game states, and then the create widgets, which defines all the controls that we use on TK interface. All right. So how the game loop works. This is the heart of the project, so let's slow down and really understand what's happening. When the player types in an action and presses enter and clicks go, the send action method runs. All right, so you start off in the show welcome, and then when you get an input, we go to the send action. This is what we need to do. You need to start the new game first, so do that. And you have to actually type something in. You can't type in blank, so we sort out that. All right, so when the player actually types in an action and presses enter or clicks go, the send action method runs. Here's the flow. We grab the text the player typed. That's what we do here. We immediately display it in the story window so the player sees their action. We build a list of messages that will be sent to Llama, and we make the call to the model. All right, so we pen the action. We have this prompt here. We store both the player's action and the AI's reply in the story history, so the AI has memory. The key idea is that the game doesn't have a fixed story. Every time the player does something, we ask the AI, given everything that happened so far, what is happening next? That is the continuous back and forth in this game loop. And here you can see how we set up our prompt. Tell it to keep the responses short. You are a narrator in a text adventure game. Don't break character. Never mention you're an AI. Send in the previous messages so it has history. And then we get the response. All right, now let's look closely at how we talk to Llama. We create a system message that sets the rules. You are a narrator. The player's name is, let's back up here. Player's name is current location and inventory. And respond in short paragraphs, stay in character, never mention your AI. Then we add the recent conversation history. We only keep the last 8 messages so the context doesn't get too long. And finally, we add the player's newest action as a user message. When we call, Llama will get the entire context and generate the next part of the story. This is how we get a coherent, continuous storytelling instead of random replies. All right. We have to also handle the exceptions in case you have an error, showing your inventory, saving your game, and loading your game so that you can Do it in more than one play. And now for challenges. You can add a proper inventory system that the AI can update. You can detect when the player finds an item, add multiple possible endings, create different starting scenarios, add a map or location tracking. All this we leave up to you. We are just here to get you started. And that's it. So now you have a fully working AI text adventure game that creates a unique stories every time you play. This is one of the most fun ways to combine Python with your local AI. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what kind of adventure you created. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, code is available on GitHub, linked in the description and pinned in a comment. See you next time. Happy coding.